Hello everybody, I'm here to bring you a product review and we're going to talk today about the Babylisspro Titanium Flat Iron. It comes in this nice packaging, almost Apple-like if I would say so myself. As you can see, let's go ahead and read some of the specs on here. So it goes up to 450 degrees Fahrenheit. That's 230 degrees Celsius for all of my people who read Celsius out there. It is 120 voltage to 240 voltage, so it's a dual voltage system. Just in case you're in another country or you need to travel or you operate on a different voltage, just so you have that information. And it is 1.5 inches. That is 38 millimeters. Okay. It's vented and it has titanium plates. Let's read the back. Just so that you know, professional vented styling iron for all salon services. Vents eliminate excess heat, providing hair protection for all hair types, damp or dry. Although I wouldn't recommend you doing damp hair with a flat iron. Just sounds damaging. Straightens and curls, delivers a smooth and shiny finish with ease, ideal for keratin process application. So if you're doing a keratin treatment, they say that this is ideal. And I think the vents would definitely come in handy when it comes to keratin. If you've ever done a keratin treatment, the smoke and everything coming through there. So having that, like, have a way to air out, I think that's a good thing. Let's see what else is on the back of this box. It's 38 millimeter plates, ceramic heaters, 5 temperature controls, has an ion generator, surround heat, wet and dry hair, Rhyton housing, 9-inch 360 degrees swivel cord, and a 4-year warranty. Yeah. So swivel cord is this, people. That's what they're talking about. And this is approximately 9 inches long. Or is it 9 feet? Actually, it's got to be more than 9 inches. Probably like a 9 foot card. Sorry. So let's crack it open. Let's see what's going on. So this is how it comes. This is the Babylisspro. It's always in this like baby blue. You can see the temperature settings here. Let me show you. And it lights up. So it has a locking system that's on the back. I just really discovered this thing like a couple of minutes ago. I've been using this for a long time and I'm like, damn, I wish this thing would close because it's really good for packing to have it closed. So I really don't like a flat iron that can't lock. You know, like call me crazy, but wouldn't that annoy you? If you just have this open and then you have to throw it in the bag. So I would say if you got one, just make sure it locks, people. It just looks better. No? All right. So when you turn on this iron, you can see the ventilation system. This is what they're talking about, right? They're talking about these holes here. So as it steams, the heat heats up, all of that's going to come out on this end. If you don't have that ventilation system, what can happen sometimes is the steam is going to come out the sides of the plates, the top of the plates. It's going to find somewhere to go. And if you're not skilled, you can end up burning your scalp. So having a ventilation system on top of here, I think is actually pretty good. And like I said, when it comes to the keratin treatments, that's one thing that's I would say is a benefit. So what else can I tell you about this? Let's open this up. I don't know if you can see the shiny, that's the titanium coating on here. Titanium is really good for textured hair. It gives you even heat distribution. It gets really, really hot. So it's one of those things that I think that if you're not too skilled with using a flat iron yet, you don't want to start off with titanium plates only because you can really destroy your curl pattern. But the good thing about this is that you can control the heat temperature. So if you're learning or if you're just now starting out, being able to start out on a lower setting might be the best for you. But if you're skilled and you know what you're doing, then having a higher temperature setting so that you can move quickly and efficiently might be beneficial for you. So let's turn this thing on and see what it does, right? All right, so we're back, right? So we just plugged it in. I'm gonna show you just how everything works. Let's turn it on. So the button is right here. The buttons are really tiny, but these are the two buttons. So you can go up and down here. And then in the center is the power button. So we're gonna power that center button on. Let me see if you can kind of see that a little bit better. There you go. So you see the power button, decrease the heat, increase the heat. These lights just tells you what it goes up to. And once again, it goes up to 450 degrees. So right now the green light is on. That means that it's already heated up at 300 degrees. So we're gonna go back up so you can see how it cycles. It'll turn red when it heats that setting. When it gets to that setting, I should say, it then turns green. So it's heating up right now. I'm gonna let it get to that temperature setting just so that you can see that. I don't know how long it takes, but we'll figure it out as we go. So apparently it doesn't turn green for each one. See, you learned something new. It just increases in heat. So it's gonna go to a light red, a brighter red, and extremely hot. See, so it's just like a temperature indication. And that red is 450, which means you better know what the hell you're doing if you're gonna go this high. And then you could just decrease it back down, as you see, back to the green. All right. That's pretty much it. There's nothing extra special about these, so to speak. I mean, most of them tend to work the same. What I like about this, let's go into the pros and cons, okay? So what I like about this, first of all, is that it is titanium heat. It's very good for textures here. It's very nice and even. It's very good for silk presses. I like the locking mechanism, the design, the swivel cord that really comes in handy. It's pretty easy to use. This is 1.5 inch. They do have ones that are smaller. 1.5 inch is very good for the hands. It's very good to get in there at the roots as well. One thing I will say about a con that I do have about this particular iron is where the temperature gauges are located. And this is something that you have to pay attention to mostly. If you are a person that holds your flat iron or you hold things a certain way, you have to pay attention to what it does. For me, personally, I tend to hold it like this, right? And when I hold it like this, you can already see what's happening. My hands are on those buttons. So if I'm pushing it, or if I'm holding it here and I'm pulling it forward towards me, or if I'm holding it like this, sometimes my hand can kind of move the temperature. So that's something that I always have to keep in mind that I'm looking at. I do prefer, and I do like the design of having the temperature gauges on the inside. That does force you to stop and pay attention to what you're doing. But when it's on the side like this, sometimes you can end up holding it this way, or you can hold it that way, and the temperature will move on you. So it's something that you have to keep in mind. If you are a person that has smaller hands, then maybe that wouldn't be a bigger deal for you. But for me, I noticed that as I use this one in particular, I do have to be conscious of the fact that my hands will sometimes go near the buttons or press the buttons. And especially if I'm using kind of a more pressure to pull down, I will do that. Now, there's things that you can do to mitigate it. Of course, I could just be, one, aware of how I'm holding it. 2, just constantly checking your temperature gauge. Or 3, change the way that I am holding the particular tool. Doesn't mean that the tool is bad or the tool doesn't work. It just means that I need to be conscious of the way that I'm using it. And that's how it is with most tools. So I would say that's one of the things that I don't like about it. But other than that, it kind of hits the mark on every other thing. It's pretty simple, pretty clean design. Me as a person that just likes really solid colors, just really plain things, this is perfect for me as a stylist to use on my clients. There's some of them that are, they're just too girly for me, you know. They have like jewels and all of that, and I think that those designs are really beautiful and everything. But I just need something that looks good and something that works. And this is it. You know, this is as good as it gets. So if you're interested in the titanium flat iron and you want to see how it performs, I do actually do an instructional tutorial video showing how I prep for one of my videos using this Babylisspro flat iron, so you can actually see how it performs on real time, and I will post that up here somewhere if I could figure that out so that you can see it. But it's definitely worth your money. I paid $100 for this personally. As a professional stylist, I do get a discount. We do sell it at Cosmopoth Beauty. I'm sure you can get it at other salons wholesale if you are a licensed stylist. If you're not, you can usually find these at Ulta, or you can find it on sometimes online. I think that they will also have it. Amazon may have it too. I'm not too sure. Just make sure you check who is selling it on Amazon, just to be sure that you're getting a good price. The regular retail price is probably going to be closer to $150 and between $100 and $150, somewhere in between that range is what you can most likely anticipate spending for something like this. But it does last you a long time, and it goes a long way. And that's it. Thank you. Like, comment, and subscribe. If you have more things that you'd like me to review, just let me know. I'll be more than happy to let you know what I think about it from a professional standpoint. But until then, guys, peace.